think we should be good. Okay, that's up and running. Hang on, we might be getting audio doubling. Maybe? Let's see. Hey, Larry. Okay, looks like it might have just been... Okay, cool. Looks like it might have just been a fluke. Hi, everybody. It's Friday. Happy Friday. I hope the day was restful and productive for y'all. Whichever you needed more. I'm doing okay. I finally went to go get groceries after too long. I was due to go pick up groceries a while ago, and should have done that. I didn't do that until today. So that's where that's at right now. But I got the groceries. We're good. I might warm up some lasagna or something while we're streaming today. Today is a little different. Not in a bad way, but in an interesting way. This is gonna be the first night that I try out something called beginner's night. So primarily by request, I guess I would say. I was asked about doing a thing where it's yeah, can you do a fight night where you sort of just treat it like a beginner's night and get some people who are still learning fighting games up on the mic, run through some things with them and all that other stuff. So that's the plan for tonight. I will reveal who that person is shortly. I just need a second to one, plug in my fight stick, and two, make sure that capture card audio isn't doing some weird stuff. And then once both of those things are good, I will start the call with our guest for tonight, and we'll just make a private room and sit down and go hands. And basically, whatever the questions they have as we're going along, I'll answer. And kind of keep it pretty chill, relatively low stress, and not get too complicated with it. So let's do make it horizontal. Let's just make sure that audio is coming through. Make sure that audio is coming through the capture card. All right. That's... All right, good. Looks like that's all good. Okay, so all that's good. I have Discord audio capture set up over here. Okay. Okay, perfect. Alright, was you there?
Hello.
Cool.
Oh, my sound is very fun.
Because there's also... Okay, the mine are still working. Okay, so audio doubling is slightly happening.
I forgot to turn the volume off my iPad. That's what it was.
Okay, cool. Alright, so we should be good to go. I'm gonna go sit down and go make a room. So yeah, we've got Cat Wizard on the mic tonight.
Oh.
She was the one that was asking.
Nobody can see me.
Yeah, she was the one that was asking about getting a beginner's night going, and I was like, well, that makes sense actually. So it's just us. We vibe till like 9 o'clock, and that's pretty much the jam. So yeah, any questions that you have while we're going, like just ask. Not super sweaty tonight. We're kind of just keeping it chill.
Okey-doke.
Let me see. And it occurs to me that I do not have your CFN ID, which means I should get that first before I make it.
Ooh, yeah, probably. Where might I find that? Hopefully not there.
When you go to Fighting Ground, whatever it says for your name listed there should be it in the top right corner.
Oh, just my username?
Yeah.
It's just Cat Who Is a Wizard.
Okay.
Same as Unbreak.
Alrighty. I remember where the only thing about this game is the menu gets kind of confusing sometimes. CFN, players. I'm going to remember how to send this in a second. My brain is like absolutely freaking fried right now. Spotlight quests. I've never said that. Hold on. Which character did you put on your plate?
The top one. The other one's my PlayStation.
Okay. Well, let's do both anyway. And then on the off chance that you have to wind up playing on PlayStation for whatever reason, at least then you can just accept it. It makes it easier.
Special match.
Quests.
Online.
Yay.
Custom room.
Okay. Should keep any randoms out. You should have gotten the invite a second ago. I'm just gonna sit down and warm up my lily buttons while I wait. Then you can just come in straight on the slot and whatever should be good.
I don't have any invites, but there's one under Rooms with Friends that wants a passcode.
1312.
Alright. Oh, my connection's not very good. That's weird.
Hey, Stubby. Well, I have played through.
Oh, now it's up. Now it's better. Huh.
I was gonna say, if it fluctuates, wouldn't surprise me.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here comes a new challenger.
I'm ready. Give me your best shot.
It's showtime. Face it straight.
How you doing, Stubby? Hopefully well.
Hard for me to remember how to play Marisa.
Take your time. Whenever you're ready. Someone else speaking. I can adjust that on my end. Alrighty.
Oh, that's not it.
Yeah, take your time. Yeah, Stubby, I have the audio mixed down for the Discord volume, OBS side, just in case usually, whenever I do the share for this one, so it should be better now. I turned it up some. Alrighty. Let me know when you're good.
Do you remember what button does the command grab out of this?
Out of Scudum, you need to do the command, you need to do the throw input. LPLK.
Oh, okay. Okay, it just looked like a regular throw then.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just can't break it. So this might high key be the best mix of audio I've heard today. Bless. Thank you, Sid. Ah.
Alright, cool. I think I've got a little bit warmed up.
All right. We'll let the timer run out and then run the next and then do it properly for the next round. But how you doing,
Okay.
Sin? Good to see you.
A mouse is no match for a lion.
Get ready, fighters. Triumph or die.
What?
It's surprisingly open to guess who left the seat in MMO dailies. Yeah, I got a couple more weekly ones to go do myself. Got a little sidetracked today because I have to go do groceries, so.
The voice of this spirit, only I can hear it.
Final round. Triumph or die.
Okay, that is correct.
Fair.
Here we go.
Lily.
Yeah, like one of the things, if it's a Lily player that is especially like either comfortable with command throw or otherwise comfortable with the character, they will usually use a dash to like mask a command throw, because you can, while you're doing the dash, obviously like you can't jump or anything like that, so they can buffer the dash input into a 360. Zangief does something very similar with that knee attack. If you ever fight one of those, if you ever fight a Zangief and you're like, why is it that I'm always getting hit by like SPD after a knee? It's because they use the knee and the part while they're in the air to buffer the input for the SPD.
Okay. Let me switch to a character I've been actually practicing, like, anytime recently.
All means.
And I gotta set up my controls, because I've been hitting the wrong button for parry.
All good. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably since I've done groceries now, I don't have to order food. I can probably just sit down and warm up like the emergency lasagna after stream is over. And then vibes. All right, head boy. Okay.
Yeah, I just got the DLC.
Here comes a new challenger.
I'm ready.
Hope you'll put up a fight. It's showtime. Face it straight.
Ow.
Yeah, good.
The voice of this spirit, only I can hear it.
Get ready, fighters. Triumph or die. Lily wins.
Oh, you're on a different stage than me.
Yep. It's one of the things that I think they did differently in Street Fighter 6, where they figured out a way to basically make it so that like stage information doesn't like matter either. Impressively, really. Where it's like those stages you can with the what's it called? With the assigned palette thing that they did, you can even like keep your opponent from using certain outfits. It'll display that outfit fine for them, but not for you. Which I use to make sure that I never have to see block chance, because trying to fight against that shit is I already did that. Never again. Good job.
The voice of this
Like that time I chose not to try to do like drive rush command throw, but if you suspect that's coming, like a jump is not the worst thing in the world, especially if it's if that's the thing you're trying to get rid of. German Slim Shady going off, huh? Right. So the funny thing about even Ed's theme song, König oder Feigling, I believe that Lumio who sings it is like Japanese German, if I recall correctly. be.
Ah, I hit that normal too fast.
Here we go.
Good.
Ah,
Lily wins.
it's so nice actually being able to do ETCs now.
Yeah.
On the stick, I just couldn't do them.
Yeah. It's a weird input to get used to if you use a lever, and then without one, at least my understanding is that basically you do forward, down, forward, fast, and never comes out.
New challenge.
Like,
Yeah, 3 buttons. That's it, real quick. Super easy.
I'm ready.
Hope you'll put up a fight. It's showtime. Face it straight.
Wing that. Wing that. Here we go. Wing that. Here we go. Wing that. Here we go.
yeah. The main thing about Lily, and the main thing that I'm like using right now,
Close.
is that
Ready, fighters.
and this includes on GF also. The command throw has different ranges depending on which button I press. So like LP command throw, I can hit you from like out here, but it just does less damage. HP command throw is much closer, but does more accordingly. So like against Lily players who are like like definitely more used to it, you do have to worry about stuff like they'll hover like out here and then maybe try to command throw if they think that they can get away with it. But a lot of Lily players use it a lot less than I do, mostly because like yeah, like case in point there.
Lily wins.
One of those things where at least as you get more used to it and as you get more used to the matchup, you start fighting, especially at an edge, it should be a little easier, I think. You have to be careful to make sure like you don't get snagged, but like when I'm hovering like right around like this spacing or so, because we have to be careful because we just do
Yeah, right. I'm still at the point here where it's like there's so many options for each character that I
yeah.
kind
It's
of
hard.
overwhelmed with what I'm to be preparing for.
Yeah, in this case, mostly it's a as you're kind of like going, like you're using the fireball at the right distances, probably, and same thing with like the flicker. Like the standing medium punch is probably medium kick, sorry. Whichever one of those is like the flicker jab. Yeah.
That one.
And then the one that goes straight are probably like really good, are relatively good like checks in terms of like, oh yeah, people who are coming at around this range don't want to make them stop for a little bit.
Yeah. Like pokes.
Yep.
To make them twice about getting too close.
Because like that's Ed's whole like contrary to like a lot of the way the boxer archetype usually works in this kind of game, Ed is very much a kind of like outfighter for the most part. Like he will and can close when he needs to, right? Like you get a combo, you need no rush, you get the knockout and all that other stuff. But like a lot of the time if you're just like poking at people, yeah, like you're doing stuff like what you're doing now.
Time over.
The voice of this spirit, only I can hear it.
Get ready, fighters. Triumph or die.
Yeah, a good with punch.
Ah. Trying to do a super there.
Yeah, and then it didn't come out. Yeah, it's been there. A thing I've noticed that is definitely like just a character agnostic thing, it just like is a general defense thing that takes a little while to get used to. When you block a jump, right? 9 times out of 10, and it's a timing thing that you just gradually get used to, so don't stress it if you don't get it right away. When you block a jump in, blocking it high, obviously, which is good. You stand up to block it. Usually, and obviously there are exceptions to this, but don't like worry about that yet. You want to then switch to blocking low after you block the jump in, because the main thing is that unlike Tekken, right, where standing high or blocking high covers like 2 out of the 3 sort of like blocking options you have to consider. In Street Fighter 6, it's the opposite, right? If you're blocking low,
Right.
you block low attacks.
Right,
And
yeah,
you block...
so I can catch it if they try to follow it up with a low.
Yeah. And most of the time, if they choose to do an attack that hits, that doesn't hit overhead, then you're covered anyway. And it's very rare. People will do it if they suspect that you're not going to be looking for it, which is why I'm like, if this happens to you, don't stress it. Like, people will get blown up by this kind of thing all the time, but like blocking the overhead standing and then crouch blocking after like let me phrase that. If you block high and block a jump and then you crouch to block low, that will cover most of what people do after a jump in. You will still lose to a throw, and if they do an immediate grounded overhead, if they have one after they land, those are the 2 situations in which you get hit. But at the very least, if they're doing the thing I was doing, which is I did a jump in and I did a low, if you're crouch blocking, then you're more or less covered as far as like 2 out of 4 of those options go. And like figuring out how to deal with like, oh, I blocked the jump in and they threw me, or I blocked the jump in and did an overhead, that's a whole other thing to worry about like later. At least where you're at right now, just try to get into the habit of like, oh, right, I blocked a jumping attack, I'm gonna block low. Might get hit by a grab, you might get hit by another overhead, but that will stop most people's immediate offensive sort of like press on you if you're blocking low after a jumping attack.
Here comes a new challenger.
I'm ready.
Hope you'll put up a fight. It's showtime. Face it straight.
Keep forgetting he moves forward for his anything but his light DP. Oh.
Yeah, and the tricky thing about Ed's that while it's not like bad as an anti-air, you really have to like be on point, you know, to catch people with it. Good.
Perfect.
That was very good blocking the crouching medium kick.
I meant to do that.
Get ready, fighters.
I mean, all I did was hold down back.
Yeah. But like in that scramble, right? If you'd been trying to hit like a standing button and I instead, would have been pain count. So like at the spacing that you put me, that was a good call.
Lily wins.
I got a title.
It's
Nice.
face it
But
straight.
KO, ironically.
Did you see that? You'll never win against me.
Get ready, fighters. Triumph or die.
Oh.
Well, oops.
Lily wins.
Like the main way, especially if you're like worried about like, damn, how do I deal with backdash? Or sorry, how do I deal with like actually doing like dash command throw or drive rush command throw, or even like regular grab and things like that. Backdashes do have throw invincibility in this game. So if you're like,
Oh, yeah. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
so like your two options, especially if it's like a damn, like Ashley just keeps like running up and doing that. Either you go for the DP, 'cause I'm pretty sure like Ed's ODD should be throwing ball, or you do a backdash. At least in a situation where you're reasonably certain that I'm gonna like try to do like run up in some form and like then do the command throw or neutral jump. It's like those are kind of like your the options depending on the situation. And then obviously much later on there's like the whole layered bait thing, but for people who are playing like a much more basic sort of like throw type game, especially like with the layer or what have you, most situations where you're like, I feel like I might eat a command throw here, a backdash is usually good enough.
Okay.
Or like a DP, either or.
Okay. Yeah, I've noticed that I need to practice with spacing for some of my moves. I keep getting just a little bit short.
Yeah. No, like the spacing is like, the spacing's the hard part. The spacing is almost always the hard part.
I'm like consistently thinking all of my moves are just a little bit longer than they are.
Yeah. And against Lily, it's a little bit trickier because like a lot of her punches have really disjointed boxes. So like the main reason why you get countered a punch, mostly that like it's a little harder to like directly challenge Lily's buttons directly. If you're not keeping your spacing time right. That's good.
I was doing a little bit better than that one.
Get ready, fighters. Triumph or die.
Here we go.
Oh, nice.
Hit it.
Here we go.
Exactly, right? But as you can see, like the main, and even in that situation where I just like threw you to kill you, backdash still would have beat that. But it's a little harder to judge because like when Lily has you in the corner, most ranges that she stands at, most of her command throws will hit. So it's like properly guessing between that is like a nightmare. But that was a very good backdash.
Not coming out. Okay. Plan B.
The voice of this spirit, only I can hear it.
Get ready, fighters. Triumph or die.
Another thing that may be useful that I just noticed a little bit ago during the match is that if you get knocked down, and it's not a hard knockdown, I think like any two buttons or whatever lets you do a back rise. There are situations where you want to do that so that you force distance between yourself and the opponent, so that it is harder for them to approach you and set up Oki
Right.
for various things. Like the main thing that I noticed that is mostly catching you right now in terms of like, oh yeah, like damn, SJ just gets to like damn, SJ knocks me down, gets to just like walk up and then command throw me, right? And it's like mostly because, and it's a thing where there are very rare situations where you don't want to back rise anyway, but most of the time when you get knocked down in this game, the reason why you want to back rise is because the forced change in distance makes things like, oh, I got the hard knockdown, I'm gonna do drive rush in a button, right? That the calculus on that becomes a little riskier when you've done a back rise, because the person has to travel farther in order to like go ahead.
I didn't know there were multiple types of knockdowns.
Yeah, so basically, we can just go into the training. We'll go into training. We'll go down to the training slots. And that will make it make sense. And, like actually like do this without like having to worry about dying. Like if you come down to like yep, and I'll go over it.
Here comes a new challenger.
Okay.
Yeah. I also haven't actually played Ed in multiplayer yet, so I'm just kind of winging it right now.
Yeah, it's all good. So, knockdowns. Let's talk about it for a second, right? So you'll notice, oh, it doesn't matter. But you notice how, right?
Yeah, he gets up right away.
Yeah. And then if you press like two buttons or like hold down or whatever, there's like a bunch of different ways to do it. Like when you're getting up from being knocked down. So like, actually, do me a favor, hit me with your crouching heavy punch. I'm gonna try to remember how to do this. So yeah, you notice how it says hard knockdown, right?
Okay.
I have to get up, standing up, right in front of me. Like I cannot, I can't do otherwise. Hit me with the DP. So you notice how, right? So whenever you don't see the hard knockdown indicator show up, right? Like I just held two kick buttons while I was getting up and I rolled backwards. So you'll notice that for hard knockdown, it doesn't work like that. However,
Okay.
yeah. And so you see that distance that it creates, right? So as an example, I'm gonna, where's our escape? So I'm gonna do a soft knockdown. Don't back rise. So like don't hold the kick buttons or anything. Just let yourself stand up in place, and I'll demonstrate the difference between that versus like doing like a back rise and how it sort of changes the calculus. So first is this one. I dash, and I'm right here, right? I'm gonna do that again. This time, back rise when you're getting.
Okay, I
here.
see. You're just out of command grab range.
Or like I'm very barely in like light. Yeah, I'm like very barely in like light command grab range if I dash it, right? I think the frame data also changes. I'm gonna turn on the frame meter. If you don't remember the numbers later, don't stress it. It's just a demonstration. It's for demonstration. There you go. This. Okay. No quick rise. So, right, I've got 49 frames of advantage if I don't dash. After
A
like,
lot.
here 15, right? So I still got plus frames, mind you, right? But it's one of those things where like, so obviously like if it's, oh yeah, like I got the Condor Spire to knock you down, especially like the Windclad one, like you can't just like go mashing wild necessarily, right? Because I've still got like 15 frames on. But if you,
But it's a much tighter window.
yeah, it's a tighter window, and if you notice that people are getting a little careless or a little reckless with the way that they're running the offense, right? Then that gives you. We did not just make a fucking tub thumping reference in my. This man, I swear to God. Yeah, if people are like running their offense in a very like super regimented way, especially when you do like a back rise, you have the opportunity to like capitalize on certain things. Back rise this one, I'm gonna try to do like a drive rush after the knockdown, and I want to see if you have enough time to like punish me. I think you should, but I don't quite remember. So I'm gonna knock you down, back rise it, and then when I drive rush at you, try to hit me with like a poking button. Like not like not Snatcher, not the one with like the funny purple. Like try like yeah, like try one of that. So
Oh yeah, I
Right?
man.
so you can intercept people like that. I'm gonna try to block.
The frame difference combined with the distance gives me a little bit of a window to do
Yeah.
something if I need to.
Yeah. And that's why, like, in most situations, you don't want to just, like, neutralize in this game, because the main thing about drive rush also is that I'm going to drive rush at you, and I'm going to be holding back for part of this. And just, like, press the button and try to pop when I try to drive rush at you. And I'm going to demonstrate the thing. Here we go.
Okay.
So,
I thought you were gonna throw me first.
yeah.
Or knock me down.
Yeah. No knockdown this time. I'm just gonna do like a raw drive rush. And
Okay.
basically, as you see me coming at you, just try to like pop a jab as quick as you can. The input does get eaten by the flash. So if you do it at first and you're like, damn, it's not coming out, that's not you necessarily, it's the pause. But yeah, when you are drive rushing, there's a period of time during which, and you can see that like even though I'm holding back, if I do it from far enough out, then I will be able to block, but if I'm too close, I can't. So
Yeah, the block only takes effect once you travel a certain distance.
yeah, and because different characters have like different drive rush links and everything, it's a thing that you will gradually sort of like sort out. But this means that in circumstances like the knockdown situation, right? So I'm gonna do the knockdown and go for drive rush after like while you're getting up. So back rise it and then attempt to like pop me with something a little like long range, like one of your medium kicks or something. Make me kind of like sweat a little bit. So
Okay.
So here's this. So in this case, I managed to make it, but depending on like the spacing of the situation, or even like the drive rush of the person that's doing it, right? They may not be so lucky. If they commit to something that has a little more startup time, or otherwise like whatever, or if they try to like drive rush you off of something that is significantly more fake than that, because like OD Condor Spire. The main thing with Lily is that when she has like Windclad and is using like Windclad Condor Spire like this, contesting her is a little difficult because it's made to give her a ton of plus frames so she can like, be threatening and all of that.
Right. It's the whole point of having the resource.
Yeah. Especially when it's Windclad. But like the main flip to that is that in situations that are significantly more fake, in terms of like, oh yeah, she doesn't have nearly as much plus frames, right? And it's trying to like drive rush, or even if it's like a raw drive rush, like from this far out, for example, right? Like you'll notice the spot at which I start walking back, right? That's still good. But if I try to like, and it's harder to do it up this close, but if I try to raw drive rush you from here, or even like from here, yeah, like if you're, and you won't always catch it. It's one of those things where you, realistically, right? Something like I'm gonna jab somebody out of a drive rush is not so much a reaction as it is a prediction. The line is a little bit blurred sometimes because fighting games go as quickly as they do.
I figured it was the kind of thing where it's like you have to kind of guess that they're going to drive rush after the knockdown, and try to open them up while they're
And if you want like a surefire way to do it, right? It's a little bit harder. But if you're like, oh, they're gonna do that thing, right? A common tactic for a lot of characters. I do this to a friend of mine a lot because like she has a knockdown that she'll do with Kimberly, and then she'll do a drive rush afterward. If I'm playing Cammy, I literally just do Super R1 because whatever button that she presses, that forces her to commit to that. Because yeah, you do get that drive rush momentum for buttons, right? But you're still committing to that, right? So if you see somebody slime you and then do that, whatever Ed's Super R1, I'll go with them. I'm trying to guess.
Ed Super Art 1.
Yeah.
this, I think.
Yeah, that should be invincible. So, like, if I do like,
Yeah, the character guide said it should be invincible to everything but projectiles.
yeah. So, like, if you see people that are like trying to like do stuff like this, where they're doing like a lot of like, and it's a little hard because again, like the command flash might eat your super input.
If I can even do that.
Yeah.
Let me try it from the other side.
Yeah. So if you don't get it right away, like don't worry about it. This is just me like giving you a keep this in mind as a tool for later stuff. And it's one of the and like this is one of the things that commonly get people tripped up anyway. And usually people as they get better at the game will be doing it at like this distance, so it's harder to react to. But if like out here doing that stuff.
Ah.
Yeah, if you can't get it, it's fine. But even just like getting used to that whole thing of like, if somebody's like doing it from out here, right? Even if by some chance either I miss or you don't get the hit,
There it goes off.
yeah. You also see that like heads Super Art 1, like this is damn near round start distance, and that hits, right? Like as you get more used to it, you should feel gradually. Again, like with fighting games in particular, especially like you said, there are a lot of things to kind of like pick up and all that other stuff. So it's not like you gotta like get
it's a
this
lot
down.
of information to absorb.
Yeah. The main thing, if you take away anything from like us going so far, is mostly just block low after blocking jump ins and back roll more often. And those are about the two major things, really.
Okay.
A lot of the other stuff is kind of just like extra sort of like floss, but those are like the two major things that probably right now will be the most helpful for you.
Okay.
Let me see.
Yeah, I figure a lot of it's just a matter of I just need some practice.
Yeah.
You know, just get the hang of like spacing, timing, and that sort of thing. Get more used to some of the harder inputs. Like double quarter left keeps getting me because my fingers don't want to move like that that quickly.
The interesting, and this is the thing that wound up helping me like gradually sort of like pull it together, and maybe hopefully this will be the same for you if I'm not like completely off base here. My bad, I forgot to get confirmed. Doing a quarter circle forward when you're on player 1 side is the same as doing a quarter circle back when you're on player 2 side. So as you work on those inputs, right, you will find that like the flopping of them gradually becomes easier as your brain begins to make the connection of like, oh right, the motion is the same thing from a certain perspective. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it sort of helps out.
Oh hey, I got one.
There you go. I'm mostly just trying to make sure that I'm giving you enough room to sort of like feel out things without like going like be ham. So
Yeah. I figured you're probably taking it easy on me.
now you're getting into that like that right in that strike zone of like you almost have the Rangers down, and then it's like you're putting stuff right in like the Jury presses 5 HK range and you need shit zone. Get fireball.
Is it weird that when I saw Ed, when he was first announced, the first thing I thought was, oh, he's got K-Dash's fireball.
Yeah, kinda. Psycho Spark worked the same way even in Street Fighter 5, so like it's been his thing for like a hot minute. But yeah. Yeah. Kate. Yeah, K-Dash had it first. Good speed change. Okay, that's nice. There you go. Good. Good after that. Good.
I got.
I don't think that would kill.
Such a lovely day. It just
I thought that went farther.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad call. If I had pushed a little bit harder, right at that moment, I would have gotten hit by that. But I was just like,
if you had jumped back in.
yeah, I'm like, my health is too low. I don't want to fuck with that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one I actually spaced out in training mode. That one reaches like 3/4 of the screen. I gotta practice the rush, the charge he can do out of his charge move.
And it is a good instinct that you have when you like you charge Psycho Knuckle and then do Kill Rush instead. Pretty good. I would say probably. Ooh, yep, exactly. There's a gap there. Good.
That was a wrong input. Oh, I almost got that one.
Almost did. Which means, yep. Good. I forgot the combo. Shit. Both up in here.
Ah.
Judy wins.
So, especially like the stuff where you do like you're charging Psycho Knuckle with like the 5 HP, and then you cancel it out with like Kill Rush.
Mm-hmm.
Do the,
Yeah,
do the grab.
the character guide actually said to try doing that, like to mix it up.
Yeah.
So that it's not always Psycho Knuckle.
Yep, correct. I would also say that like part of what helps establish that duet is I don't think Kill Rush has a safe ender, so there's that to consider also. But yeah, I would say it's one of those things where we get to talk about player psychology now. More than likely, the way that you really be able to like start getting people to get to a position where that becomes scary is that you probably don't threaten it as the first thing off of a charged Psycho Knuckle. I don't know what other options Ed has, right? And I don't know if, for example,
yeah, you can do it out of Psycho Knuckle or charging the flicker grabs.
Right. And I know that like if he has one of the enders to Kill Rush that is a little safer on block, it could be that you use one of those initially to like get people to expect. Like I said, I don't know his
Right,
frame
you get them
data.
to block
Yep.
when I do that, so that the grab hits.
Yep. Or things like if you can do the backward Kill Rush out of like Psycho Knuckle or out of Flicker.
You do it out of the flickers, but not the Psycho Knuckle.
Okay. So yeah, like backward, provided that you have enough space to like give up a little without like putting yourself in the corner. You can also use that to like create the expectation, especially if you've done like forward a couple times, right? The hard part would mostly be like trying not to fall into too much of a rhythm with it, because like
Yeah.
basically the way generally that most people would advise you kind of like deal with rotating your options is more or less do the thing that works until it doesn't work anymore and then switch, but then occasionally like mix back in the first thing anyway. And like having a sense for when to revert back to the thing that wasn't working versus the thing that you switched to it's tricky, right? And it's not a thing that like you get right away, but especially in this game in particular, I can confirm that like a lot of times people would rather like eat the throw. What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, a lot of people in this game would much rather, understandably, eat the throw than do anything else, because like if you fuck up and get punished by something more powerful than a throw, it's
You might get comboed into the corner or something.
yeah, comboed into the corner, or even if you're not in the corner, you just eat a bunch of shit for trying to mash out and you get hit, because in this game a lot of people kind of just like shit damage. So it's one of those things where it's like Harry will probably be in relatively good company, all things considered, because Power Geyser being his SA2 at least means that it's not like it's not like KOF, where the moment he has even like one super meter, you stop jumping because otherwise you'll get hit by that person. But like I imagine that, yeah, one of Terry's main strengths is that he has a lot of that sort of like all-rounder vibe going, and so he will be able to capitalize a lot off of sort of the same kind of stuff that we're talking about. Like Juri is not bad, but she needs like her engine running in order to like get things going, and Harry is going to have like less of that to worry about, I think. It's gonna be so good, but
I'm excited. Yeah,
literally gotta wait till the end
I'm
of
just
September
playing Ed
so-
because I wanted something to play while I wait for Terry.
Yeah.
Also, I kind of like a zoner, and he's got a lot of zoning tools.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also thinking of trying JP because he seems cool.
Yeah. JP is how do I put it? JP is not like as I say unique talking about Dawson, because with Sim, when you play Dawson, you're still playing Street Fighter, but you were playing Street Fighter like 2 steps to the left, just because he has a very different feel. JP is a little bit less like that, but yeah, he's really, really good at like zoning and lockdown stuff. But like if somebody gets in, you fight for your life, especially since they nerfed OD Amnesia. It's not nearly as obnoxious as it used to be, so he has a much harder time. He has a much
Yeah, I
harder
heard
time
he got
kind of
nerfed
living.
pretty hard at
Yeah.
one point.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Here comes a new challenger.
Nowhere to run.
Hope you'll put up a fight. It's showtime. Face it straight.
Oh, that didn't work.
Come on now. Give me a little bit more.
Get ready, fighters. Triumph or die. Judy wins. It's showtime. Face it straight.
Yeah, that was good instinct. This is mostly a thing.
I tried like 3 times to do that, and it was only that time it came out.
Yeah. I waited too long. Fuck.
Judy wins.
Yeah, like the main thing, especially that's kind of like hard about fighting Judy. I'm trying not to lean on it too much because it's really, really easy and one of the things that used to get me in trouble a lot. But also, I think you have to give out against her is that her dash and her drive rush are really good. So like if Judy gets a knockdown and you're not making space, or even if you do make space, it's a thing where like she can commit to a dash or commit to a drive rush, and it's like she was never really pushed back, but you know, still a commit, right? So against
I've been forgetting to do that.
yeah, but again, like you just literally today learned that like this game has hard knockdowns to begin with. So
Here comes a new challenger.
Nowhere to run.
Hope you'll put up a fight. It's showtime. Face it straight.
oh, that's the worst.
Time over.
Come on now. Give me a little
Hitting the
bit
button too
more.
soon when I do inputs,
Get ready,
and then the move comes out as a normal.
Yeah, that happens a lot, especially when you're still getting used to it. Very good. Yeah, that was a beautiful kill rush throw.
Thank you.
Yeah, especially because like I didn't even consider that. Yeah, you could just do kill rush, not do an input follow up, and then just jab or something instead. It was like a lot safer. I consider that at all. That's good. Good instincts though. Yeah, I haven't heard that.
Come on now. Give me a little bit more.
Get ready, fighters. Triumph or die.
Very good.
Ah. Damn it. I hit the input for that really fast.
Yeah.
Time over.
Yeah. Yeah, for kill rush? Yeah.
Yeah. I keep hitting it too late and then I just don't do anything.
Yeah. When I was trying it out for a little bit too, that was one of the things that got me fucked up too, where it's like, right. You're trying to like get any of the follow-ups and the timing. You learn how to feel it out a little bit, but the timing for like some of the actual follow-ups is like
Here comes a new challenger.
Nowhere to run.
Hope you'll put up a fight. It's showtime. Face it straight. Get ready, fighters. Triumph or die.
I'm wondering if I'm doing the input for kill rush wrong, because it's just not coming out no matter how fast I hit that button.
You're trying to do what, the early one? The early follow-up?
Either of them. Nothing's coming out. I've hit kick 10 times. Yeah, see, nothing came out there.
It should let you do it out of the one from... I don't think there's a restriction on it that I can remember.
I'll have to check out the training mode.
Yeah. Because at least as far as I know, it shouldn't be a restriction on, like, oh, you can't do that one when you cancel it from Cycle Knuckle. It would be weird anyway. Like, Street Fighter has arbitrary bullshit, but not usually that kind of arbitrary bullshit. Not usually. Good. I don't really got the power anymore.
Time over. Judy wins. It's showtime. Face it straight.
Oh, come on.
Good block. Okay. Okay.
Oh, what out there? Out the wrong one.
Come on now.
Yeah, that also happens. The amount of times I put in the input, I press the wrong button, and it's like, oh, that was not the version I wanted.
Cool, that's 3 times the meter I was trying to use.
Judy wins.
You gotta jump into low block, though. I saw that. That was good. Because, yeah. If you have anything specific that keeps coming up that you're like, damn, I don't know what is going on here, feel free to ask them.
Here comes a new
Yeah, it's
challenger.
mostly just I'm not getting inputs right.
Yeah,
So like half the time when I'm in the corner, I'm trying to do super, and it's just not coming out.
not coming out. Yeah,
Because I just can't get the left quarter circle fast enough.
Showtime.
yeah.
Face it
I
Like,
like just messing up the buttons.
yeah. That's the thing that's always like, especially when you're just getting started, one of the things that's like the hardest thing to like make time for is like it's a both sides input sort of thing, right? Especially if you're like, yeah, I can do it fine on player 1 side, but on player 2 side, it's almost always a you gotta tax it sort of thing.
I was just thinking I might start doing like drills in the morning where I'll get on for like 15 minutes and just practice the inputs.
Yep, that's the way. And the key, especially when you're first doing it, is that you want to get the input clean more than you want to get like it fast for the purpose of the muscle memory. So like when you're practicing it in the morning, even if you're like gradually doing down, forward, down, forward, down, forward, down, forward, down, right? Like even if you have like gradually pick up the speed, so like you're doing the inputs. Well, I mean, with a fight stick, not fight stick, God. With a leverless, you do have to put them in to a certain degree a little faster in order to actually get the quarter to come out. But like, especially when you're practicing them, you shouldn't be shooting for like, oh yeah, like I get this input out in like a microsecond, right? It's not necessarily the thing that you want. Not immediate. You want to get the you want the input clean first, and then once it's in your muscle memory clean, you can work on doing it faster. And then that's the point at which you like wind up bridging the gap.
Time over.
Come on now.
Yeah, I think I just need to build up the muscle memory to be able to move my fingers in that order.
Ready, fighters.
Because I can do that motion real easy going from left to right, but not right to left.
Yep. Hey, checks is so sharp. That's good.
I'm also starting to get tired. I forgot to take my meds today, so.
Yeah. If at any point you feel like if you want to call it after the set is over, then that's also completely fine.
Yeah, sure. I've got food too. I kind of want to eat.
Yep. And that is the other thing that like people don't tell you is that like building up like the stamina to like make it through like long sessions, or especially Street Fighter 6 where you're making like a lot of decisions very quickly. Building up the stamina to like play this game for that long and not get sloppy, it takes work, right? Like I had somebody else who would hang out on my team every now and again going like, I don't know how you manage to like play for like a full 3 hours. Part of it is like I take a break halfway through, but then the other half of it is that I have built up my endurance for like long sets over like doing 040s and 050s with somebody that I'm acquainted with from like way back. Oops, yeah, I fucked up.
I gotta check. I wonder, does that count as an overhead? Heavy?
Ram punch? No, it doesn't. But it does low crush. Like if you do Superman punch right now, like I'll block it. Yeah. So it's not an overhead, but it does low crush. So like if you notice people are doing like a lot of like crouching light kick, crouching medium kick, people fish for that a lot. You do the Superman punch. Yep. See.
Oh, it gets a little bit of a stagger there.
Yeah. And especially against people who like do a lot of like crouching light and crouching medium kicks and stuff like that. Low crush. Which is helpful in this game because like in certain matchups, especially like jury players love it. I say this like as a jury player, right? Like a lot of them will be trying to like poke you with that. So if you notice it from somebody and then you Superman punch over it a couple times, it can be helpful for like getting them scared so that you didn't have to do other stuff. Huh.
Oh, I won a round. Still another one.
Yep.
Oh, I got.
Yeah. And that's why like I was saying earlier, like you were agreeing with me, like the trick to that is like once you've established, at least like once you figure out like the specific input thing that's shipping you up, like establishing that you will like pop a button out of Kill Rush will make it easier for people to like make it easier for you to establish to people I might do this or I might do that, and then that's when you manage to make it work.
Yeah, when I was watching his character guide, I really liked how many of his tools you could use to bluff, or like make them guess what's going to come out of it.
Yep. Like Snatcher.
Sounds like it'll be very useful once I'm better at playing the game.
Yeah, Snatcher especially is like really good at that because like all his Snatcher animations look exactly the same. So I have no way of knowing if doing light, medium, or heavy.
Yeah, I noticed that. And I looked for that when it told me I could charge them. I was like, do the charges all look the same? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's enough for me for right now.
Yeah. GG's.
Thank you.
Yeah. I know it's a lot. So like, again, like if there's only like two things that you're like, what are like the two things I really should take away from this? Switch blocking. Once you block a jumping attack, make sure that you try blocking low, because most of the time that should have you covered. And remember to like hold, and it can be 2 punches as well, I think, in addition to 2 kicks or whatever. But just make sure that you are doing back rolls, especially if you notice that like people knock you down a lot and then they're all over you all the time, and you're like, why does this keep happening? Back roll, because that space creation will either give you time to react to things or will put them in less of a position to just kind of like do shit at you all the time.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I will log off of here then.
Yeah. Jeez.
GG. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Whenever you feel like coming by, let me know, and I'm down.
All right.
Alrighty. I'll cut the
I'm
call.
gonna jump off the call then.
Yep. Catch you on the flip.
Yep.
Alrighty. Baller. Okay, so thanks, Cat Wizard, for coming by. That was good. I like doing these. It's helpful. I haven't played Jury in a bit, and I have a little more time before stream is over. Why not? I haven't played Jury like seriously in like a hot minute, but might as well. Kill a little time before stream is over. Failure, I've been a success. I'm depression.
I'm game if you are. Time for buttons here.
So beginner's edition, I might have to keep this in mind. I think this is pretty good. One of these. Hang on a second. I know.
Here comes a new
And it's probably standing heavy into crouching heavy. Like Jury has a loop with 2 of her heavy buttons with drive, rush, and I don't remember what it is.
It's showtime! Face it straight!
Yeah, welcome back. Oh, that was unfortunate. Went for that DP. They felt it in their soul. Yep. Yeah. Shit. Can't do that. LP Adamant, like. Didn't want to do that. I wanted to do super, and I didn't have enough left for it. Or I didn't have enough meter for super. You're done. I appreciated it, Kuma. You tried it. But yeah, the main thing about playing Akuma, and I think I said this earlier when we were at a point in time where we were playing during Akuma's speak, you have to be really confident to play Akuma effectively, because like I was expecting a DP there. Good throw. Unfortunate. Yeah, the thing about playing it as Akuma is that because you have literally 1,000 health less than the average in terms of like character health values, if you fuck up, you die a lot. Do it. Oh yeah, I was too close. I was too close. Yeah. Forward jumping was not play there. Thought about trying Akuma, but he's got a lot of weird moves. Yeah, like basically the thing is that like if you understand how to play Ryu or Ken, and then you move to Akuma, you have a better chance of sort of understanding the way that he works. Because he's sort of a more offensively tuned version of both of those characters. He's really fun to watch, but like you have to be really confident in your decision making. Because if you fuck up, you die very quickly. Case in point. Case in point. I'm not going to say that I knew for sure that Demon Flip was coming. I didn't know it for sure, but when I saw it start to come out, I was like, I think this is it. That was my main line of thought. Like once I saw the Demon Flip, because I saw them do Demon Flip a couple times, and then when I saw it again, I was like, okay. I think I just need to like, if I hold it, I might be able to just like pop it in the face and like try doing it again. And I was right. I thought what I wanted. I wanted to do drive reversal, not impact. But yeah, good. Yeah. I was thinking about jumping and trying to do dive kick again, but JD's dive kick is good for getting over fireballs and can't use for the filler. Say thanks for having me on. I'll do it against the time too. Yeah. I'm happy it's helpful, because that's why I was like, after a little while, I was like, right, I gotta focus on like 2 things that I think would be useful for you to remember. And it's good that it was helpful. So, alright. Nope. Yep. That's plus. Yeah, I haven't played Jury in a while, so I can feel a little bit of like the right. I don't know what to do in this particular situation sort of coming up, which is fine though.
It's showtime. Face it straight.
That's just oh, was that plus enough for that? I want to. Yeah, this thing on the ground a bit, so it's a little bit harder to kind of like measure it over. Plus. Not the best punishment ever. Ah, you tried it, and I respect it, but nope. Not enough meter to pull that off.
Triumph or die.
Ooh, no, that's unfortunate. I respect that you tried it, but nah. Okay, so I don't remember like the loop, but I'll make do with the thing I do remember. That's a lot of drive meter that you spent. Well, I'm in the corner, so arguably worth it. Yeah, fair. Okay. It's rare that I see Kens do dash to overhead like that, and that's why I keep getting caught by it. But it's not a bad spot to do it, I don't think. Good damage, but now I'm out of the corner. Dust. Yep, okay. I got got. Okay, yeah, that was good. It's like the main thing that I'm sort of like trying to reconfigure myself around with Jitty is mostly just like kind of like balancing the. It's definitely a thing where it's like, right, gotta balance my resources correctly. I gotta balance my resources correctly against a couple of other things, and that weighs a lot in like my decision making. Where it's like, right, I gotta like make a decision between like doing a thing or getting resources. No. Need to do that a little bit less. Get a drink. Oh, that would have been a punish if I had caught it in time. Yeah, my optimals are not quite there yet. I threw that one a little. But it happens. That's early. I'm not. I mean, I guess it's good for the damage and to give him like a drive advantage. Yeah, fair.